Hey everyone, welcome to our psychic party for today. Before we get started, I did want to let you know that, well, not let you know, more or less, I wanted to be proactive in apologizing in case it gets a little loud on my end. As you know, it is either Canada Day or it is Independence Day weekend here in the United States. And so, people are starting their weekend. So there's a good possibility that we may hear some fireworks or people may play some loud music. A lot of different things can happen. So we're just going to go with it, right? We're going to go along with it. We're going to chill. And please remember to invite your friends to this live. So, as usual, I cannot guarantee that everyone who shows up will receive a message, but I will get to as many people as possible. While I am giving a message, if something in that message rings true for you, even if it's not directed at you, still take that to heart, because a lot of times what spirit will do is they know what people need to hear. And so spirit will come through, and even though they will give a message to one individual, that message is actually meant for quite a few people. So, as an introduction, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Nicole Antoinette. I'm a psychic medium. And during our live today, I'm going to open up my energy and allow spirit to come through. The different messages that come through may be from loved ones on the other side, or it could be that your angels, guides, higher self want to give you a message in regards to something that's happening in your life. So I'm not going to put any limits on what's going to happen today. We're just going to open up our energy and allow spirit to come forward. Also, you may have noticed that I'm on my bed right now. My desk hasn't come in. So I apologize if the if the camera angle gets a little wonky, and if the current situation makes you feel maybe a little seasick. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to open up our energy. So before we get started, I do just want to take a moment to ask everyone to put their hands on their heart, and that just helps you to get centered, and close your eyes, and let's take 3 big breaths together. All right, that helps us to get centered. It helps us to expand our energy and to calm our mind so we can receive the messages that are meant for us. Okay, so you ready? Hands on your heart. I'm going to put both of my hands together like this and place them on my chest, and breathing in and out and in. Breathing out all the stress of the day. Breathing in love and light. And breathing out tension. And go ahead and open your eyes. And I'm going to keep my eyes closed because I am setting the intention for spirit to come through. And I'm just going to say a little prayer request, or a little prayer real quick. So, divine spirit, guides, and angels, I pray that you put a barrier of protection around this space. May there be a barrier of light in the consciousness of all who are here tonight. And we ask for only beings of light and love to come through, during this session tonight. We also ask that all messages that come through would be helpful, would be loving, would be relevant, and that everyone who shows up tonight would receive something. So we create this space that is filled with love, with peace, with the desire for good things to happen. And we are excited for what is going to come through tonight. And so it is. Hey, Jordan! Happy to see you here. So Jordan says, look at you doing your thing. Always proud of you. Thank you, Jordan. Good to see you here. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And for those of you watching, if you did want to schedule a private session with me, you can visit my website, guidingechoes.com, to get that done. The reason I mention that is because sometimes after live, people will say, well, I wanted to get a message from you, but I wanted to ask about something, but it's kind of a private thing. So I'm feeling called to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for us. I'm just feeling that's how we need to start today. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We've got a full house tonight. Oh, thank you, Peg. Peg says, I'm loving your hair. Thank you. I'm really liking it too. I am loving it. I was ready for the change. So I'm just setting the intention that whatever needs to come through, whatever we need to know, will come through. Alrighty, so let's see what we got going on here. Okay. We got some interesting cards, but they're always interesting cards, aren't they? For those of you wanting to know what deck I'm using, this is the Everyday Witch Tarot. It's one of my favorites. So the very first card we have is the Nine of Cups card. And so I feel like for many of you, this is actually what you are trying to bring in. I feel like this is the energy that I'm getting from this, because usually the Nine of Cups is about you accomplished something. I feel like this is about you guys tuning things out. I feel like the outside world is becoming so, oh man, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say it's annoying, like it's agitating. It's almost as if you can feel the energy of the frustration of yeah, of everything like on your skin. You can almost feel it. And so I think for many of you, you're trying to block that out. You're trying to tune it out. So we have this energy because you are desperately trying to find your zen and get to that space right there. So this is what you're desiring. This is your intention. This is what you're trying to get to. The next card I have is the Five of Swords. So that's very interesting because this is telling us that there's conflict along the way. And this would involve your community. So this could be your actual coven, it could be your family. And I think that some of you are going for this because you know that this is on the way. And so you're praying and hoping and setting the intentions that it's not going to get to this, but this actually needs to happen. Sometimes in friendships and communities and relationships, we need to have that argument. We need to have the blow up. It would be wonderful if we were all skilled communicators and we had the ability to say what was on our minds in a very productive and respectful way. But emotions get in the way of that sometimes. And so it doesn't always happen. But when the blow up does happen, when the argument takes place, when things are said, when things are done, we have a better idea where we stand with people. They know where they stand with us. And that's when we can just kind of breathe a little bit, because now instead of feeling anxious about this event, it's already taken place, right? It may not be a positive event, but it's taken place, and now we can breathe. And after that, we have the Two of Cups. So I see this as reconciliation. So as I'm looking at all this, I'm feeling that you guys need to, so it doesn't necessarily need to get this bad, but you guys do need to come to a new agreement, whoever this is right here. So instead of trying to ignore it and pretend that the conflict doesn't exist, you need to have that conflict, like move forward in it, but do your best to be compassionate, to be mindful, show up as your best self when you are about to confront this person, and know that reconciliation is a big possibility. You guys are going to come to a new agreement. And so I feel like this is going to happen for a lot of you, actually. So there you go. That's and that doesn't feel like it's for the month of July exactly. It feels like for many of you, you're going to see this energy take place probably within the next 2 weeks. So you might want to think about what it is you're avoiding right now, because like I said, for some of you, that's also going to be coworkers, family, whatnot. All right. Okay. So let me tune in and see. Thank you, Priscilla. Priscilla says, let me see. Priscilla said, Nicole, you are so beautiful. Love your hair. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I'm loving the hair too. I got to admit, totally loving the hair. Krista says, wow, my life to a T right now. Okay. Well, hopefully, Krista, you're going to be able to get all of that settled, because yeah, that Two of Cups is like a really good, that was a really good card for that to end with. Okay, so, and then Peg says, I'm completely in this situation. Thank you. I've been avoiding this for so long. Yeah, you're going to feel so much better when you confront it. It's going to feel a lot better. Aw, thank you, Shannon. So Shannon's gave me a super sticker. Very much appreciate it. By the way, last time I did a live, so many of you were generous and you did give me the super chats and super stickers, and I didn't see those during the live, so I want to apologize if you gave me a tip and I didn't and if I didn't mention you. I apologize for that. I wasn't being stingy or greedy or entitled. I just didn't see it. So thank you very much. Okay. So let me go ahead and just kind of tune in and see what we've got coming forward. Okay, so I've actually got the angel realm moving forward. So for those of you who are working with the angel field, and I do see that there's at least, I want to say at least 5 people with us today, although I'm sure it's more, but there's at least 5, and you guys are angel mediums. You are, yeah, you work with angels. And so I see that one of you is working on manifestation with angels and the other is working with healing with angels. And so the angels are coming forward right now to let you know that they are with you, that they are protecting you, and that they are guiding you. And I also see that you are about to up level, and I feel like you can feel this. Your abilities are about to kick up. They're about to kick up in a big way. And I also see that many of you are going to notice that a new ability is shining for you. So while you may be working on manifesting with angels, healing with angels, there's something else that's about to arrive. And I think for some of you, this is going to be more on the psychic end. So it could be mediumship, and it could be, and it could even be that you start taking up tarot cards or realize you can read them intuitively. So you do have a new gift that is about to unfold for you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Smith Kennedy. Coffee money, no shout out necessary. Well, you're getting a shout out. Sorry, don't know what to tell you. So thank you very much. And then, thank you. Angelic Michelle super sticker. Thank you so much, guys. That's so generous. Very, very sweet. I very much appreciate it. So these new gifts are about to unfold for you. It will be organic. And one of the things that I'm hearing is that when you start to notice that you have this new divine guidance and this new interest and this new gift opening up, you are going to want to run to the next mentor or a book or something like that, because you want to learn more about that. And what they're saying is that you need to trust your inner guidance, because you do have your angels and your guides there, and they are going to show you how to work with that gift. So you don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need to hire anyone. Just tune in inwards and let your angels, let your guides be your guide. Let them be your Jiminy Cricket, man. Let the tune into your inner guidance, because it's all there. Casey, thank you so much for the super sticker. I very much appreciate it. You guys are so sweet. And then Heather says, hit the like button. Yes, I would very, very much appreciate that. And Peg, I recall you leaving a comment about this once before. Yeah, she's saying Archangel Michael saved my life literally when I was 14. I believe, if I remember correctly, I may not have commented on it, but I do remember you mentioning that once before. Gary, thank you so much for the $10. I very much appreciate you. Guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Wow, I'm definitely feeling blessed right now. So, okay. So let's see what else. And Diana Smith. So, Diana, it's interesting. You're saying, right here, you're saying I'm open to receive, and I feel that. And I feel like you are about to receive. It's going to take a little bit. Okay, so here's what I'm picking up for you. I feel like right now the energy is gathering up, and I feel like you are about to get hit with this big, I want to say, avalanche of abundance. So if you've been in that energy where it's like you're waiting for it and you can feel it coming, you're correct. It is coming. It is 100% coming. So keep pouring into that. Keep pouring love and energy into what it is that you want to manifest, because I see that it's a few things, and I keep hearing abundance. So of course, abundance means different things to different people. It might have something to do with your home life. So I don't know if that's, you want your home life to be cozier, but anyways, it is on the way for you, and it's gonna. I want to say soon, but what I feel is like it kind of starts to trickle in and then boom, it's like you hit the mother load. So it's on the way. So it's going to be amazing for you. Okay, so Angelic Michelle says, I'm working on getting grounded and trying to manifest with the angels. So Michelle, keep at it. Um, so as I'm tuning into you, it does feel like there is a little bit of a block with you. So let me just see if I can tune this in. Um, Okay, so I'm feeling a block with you. It's between your heart chakra and your solar plexus. It's like right underneath. Yeah, it's right by that rib cage. So right where your solar plexus and your heart chakra would meet in the middle. And so as I'm tuning into that, I feel like if there were a third chakra or an extra chakra right there, that would be about combining your self-love with your sense of worth and how you're presenting yourself into the outer world. So you may be struggling with confidence right now, and you may not necessarily know what self-love looks like for you, so that may be something that's a little hard for you to get clarity on. And so what I'm seeing for you to help you not just get grounded, because I think you can actually get grounded, although as I said that I feel like you do have this sense of anxiety sometimes, so maybe getting grounded is difficult for you. So you know the techniques, but it's just getting into that state that can be a challenge for you. Um, so what they're showing me is channeling love letters for yourself. And when I say love letters, I mean letters that are devoted to the highest light, to your highest good, to I want to say your highest state of being. So sit down if you can with a pen and a paper, or if you prefer, your iPad and a pen, and allow your angels and guides to channel letters to you. But you can also write letters to yourself about the things that you're proud of, the things that make you you. And because I feel like all of this is going to help you work through those blocks and become more confident in yourself. So I do see confidence being a little bit of an issue for you, but you can work through it. Like it's not a huge block. It's not unbreakable. So that's what I'm picking up for you. So I do hope that that's helpful for you. Okay, so Nicole Michelle says, I've been working on developing my psychic abilities, but I feel like I'm stuck. All right. So first of all, I do want to say thank you to the people who have thrown up some super chats. I would put you on the screen, but the chat's moving really fast and I can't quite find you. So I will put Sherry up. Thank you, Sherry. Very much appreciate it. Aw, and Joy, thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much. You guys are so very generous. I very much appreciate it. Okay, so Nicole, been working on developing my psychic abilities, but I feel like I'm stuck. So first of all, I want you to know that that is common even among the most skilled psychics. In fact, a few weeks ago, I was talking to one of my friends who is a celebrity medium. I won't drop the name because I feel like I'm being weird if I do that, but I do have a friend who's a celebrity medium. And that's something him and I were talking about, is that mediumship and psychic abilities, they kind of come in waves. Like they're always there, but sometimes you just get distracted and things happen in life. And I feel like that's what's happening with you. I feel like you're distracted by something. I think that there's something else happening in your life, and that's where your energy needs to go right now. And I feel like this is frustrating for you because you want to use your intuition and your psychic abilities to figure this other thing out, but I think that you're being guided to, I want to say, figure it out for yourself, but that sounds harsh and that's not exactly what I mean. Sometimes a problem will present itself to us. And so we may feel overwhelmed and we don't know what to do. And we ask for guidance and it doesn't seem like it comes. But as we start working the problem, as we start devoting our time and energy into it, we start to intuitively feel what's going to work and what isn't. As we start to take direction and action, to fix something or overcome something, we can gauge whether the action we're taking feels good and productive to us or if it feels draining and it's too much of a strain. So that is one way that your intuition can speak to you. So take a look at what is happening in your life that maybe you're avoiding. And then also the other thing that I'm picking up, and this is a very slight thing, it does feel like there's at least one person in your circle right now in your life who isn't very, well, I want to say this person's not your cheerleader. I don't know how negative they are towards you, but they're not exactly um, cheering you on. And I feel like that's a little bit of a problem too. So they're kind of sending you some bad mojo. And if you can figure out who this person is, I hesitate to tell people to cut people out of their lives. Like sometimes I'm like, well, just separate for a little while, take a break. But I do feel like this person is someone that you need to stay away from. I do feel like this person may need to be cut, and depending on that relationship and status, it may be a while before you can do that. So at least just separate the energy for now. Focus on you. Focus on those problems, and as you do that, you're actually going to start to feel your intuition and your psychic abilities kicking back up. So focus on the problem, focus on that challenge, start working through it, and I feel like your vibrancy is going to kick up. And the reason for that is because your confidence in yourself and your trust in yourself starts to light up. And what I have found is that when we trust ourselves, we start to trust our psychic abilities and intuitive abilities too, and that has a domino effect. It starts to build everything back up. So I hope that was helpful for you. And yeah, I hope that answers your question. So, okay. Thank you, Axel. So thank you for the $5. I just started a new job. I want to know how things will go for me. I'm feeling like it's actually going to be pretty good, although I'm also sensing that in about 3 months, there's going to be another opportunity that presents itself to you. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if in 3 months there's going to be a big change. It feels like the company that you're with is restructuring, and so in about 3 months that may cause, I want to say, a little bit of a problem and cause some stress, but it does take care of itself. So in the meantime, it feels like this is a great place for you to learn and to grow, and overall, it feels really good. So, in 3 months, when you start to notice the organizational changes and all that stuff, try not to freak out. I know whenever I was the new person in a corporate job, I always started to think, "Oh my God, they're going to cut me first because I'm the last person they brought online or brought into the company." It doesn't always work that way. So, just allow them to do what they're going to do, but yeah, I feel like things are going to be okay for you. Okay. Danielle asks, I'm doing my best to move forward, trying to heal from past trauma, still feel blocked, stuck. Okay, Danielle. So let me see. Axel saying, "Oh my God, you're spot on." Okay, good, 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 good. Um, Danielle, okay, so what I'm feeling is that you're talking about the past trauma, and I do feel like it's stuck in your body. I'm feeling it. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm feeling it actually in two places. So I don't know feel if you get any pain like in your hip joints or if it's in your lower back, but that might be where you're feeling some of the tension. But I'm also getting some energies up here. And so what I'm feeling like for you is that first of all, therapy is going to be helpful if you're not already in it. I feel like you are though, because I do see you talking to somebody. So if you're not in, I want to say therapy, then you at least have. I feel like you have a good friend or confidant or some type of mentor that you're working with, and that's really good. So keep at it. Second, be patient with yourself because traumas shake up our inner world as well as our outer world, and it can take a while for that to for it to, I want to say, express itself and to release it. I don't know if you're familiar with EFT, emotional freedom technique, but it's where you do the tapping. So you focus on the trauma, you focus on how it makes you feel, and then you're going to tap on certain points. And what that does is you're tapping on different meridians, so different energy spheres within your body, and that helps to release the trauma so that you can bring in new energy. So that's what I'm feeling like for you. Um, Let me know if that helps. If not, email me. Email me, and I will see if I can dig into that a little bit deeper and maybe come up with something different for you or something more. The other thing that I'm tuning into that would be helpful for you is to get an oracle deck. So not tarot. I don't want you to pick up tarot because I don't want you to pick up like the Three of Swords. I feel like you need an oracle deck that's going to be mostly positive. Pragmatic is okay. More neutral is okay. I just don't want you to pick up any type of deck that's going to have like really heavy and negative messages in it. You need something that's going to be positive, so that you can pick a new oracle card every single day and just have a new place to focus. Because I think that's the other thing too, is training your mind to focus on something else. So I hope that helps. All right. So Natalie, hi Natalie. Will I be able to move my business into a more comfortable place? It feels like that's going to be a while. It is going to happen, but it's going to take a little bit of time. What else is coming up? I feel like this is actually okay. So your biggest thing is the time, because I know you want this like now. Allow it to unfold organically because it's all lining up for you. The image that I have in my head is like this red carpet that's being rolled out, but maybe it's being rolled out slowly. So it's like all the energy is gathering. That red carpet is rolling out right now. It's just not going as fast as you'd like it to. So it you are going to get what you want, but just be patient with it and allow it to unroll and unfold at its own pace. So yeah, I hope that helps. All right. Oh my goodness, all these super chats just poured in. So first of all, guys, I want to remind you that first of all, thank you so much for the super chats. I do appreciate it. Throwing a super chat my way um does not guarantee a reading because I truly am just doing this lottery style. So whatever pops up, whatever grabs my attention is what I'll gravitate towards. Should I move out of my parents' house now or should I wait a few more months? I'm feeling like it's oh, that's a really good question. I do hear now, but originally I when I tuned in, I heard a few more months, but now I'm feeling now. That's coming through really strong. Um so I would say as soon as you can, because I am seeing luggage and everything. Yeah, I see you pretty ready to go. Let me tune into this a little bit more. The reason I'm kind of hung up on this right now is because I'm trying to figure out if you're really supposed to go right now or if maybe you just need a break for a little bit and then you come back and you leave again. But as I'm saying that, that doesn't feel right. So yeah, I would say go ahead and leave as soon as you can because you need to be able to gather up your own energy and have your own space and have your freedom. I want to say energetic freedom from what they're projecting onto you. Because it feels like in some ways they're not doing this on purpose, but they're keeping you small. I hope that makes sense. And I don't want to speak poorly about your parents either. So I want to be really careful on how I'm wording this. But I do feel like moving into a different space is going to be good for you because I feel like you also need to decompress. And it just feels like there's maybe been a lot of um, energies or tensions and situations that have been placed on you that maybe haven't been very fair. And so removing yourself from that situation, I think is going to be good and healthy. I hope that makes sense. I'm tuning into that right. And again, I just want to be careful that I'm not saying anything bad about anyone because I don't think your parents are bad people, but I think that there might be some conflicts there. And I think that sometimes you get brought into situations that that's not healthy for you. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you for your super chat. I very much appreciate that. Okay, Diamond 215. Will I find work from home job this month or any job? Okay, so there's a lot of jobs available. I don't know how you feel about working in hospitality, but um I see that being something that's open to you. The problem with that is it is strenuous, and I see those aren't necessarily the hours that you want, but it might be good for an in the meantime job. And even as I'm saying that, I feel like you only end up staying there for 2 weeks and you're like, peace out. Like, but a 2 week paycheck might be better than none. So go ahead and yeah, so hospitality is something that seems to be available in your area. I do think that I do think that you can find a work from home job. I'm not getting the best sense of that being this month, um, but possibly in August or September. One of the things that's coming through is so, you know how businesses look at different quarters? June would have been the end of the second quarter. So now they're moving into the beginning of the third quarter. And this is where some organizations and corporations kind of start moving things around so that they can meet their quotas and meet their, whatever it is that they have. And so this isn't usually when they'll have a lot of hiring sprees. This is more when organizations are kind of moving things around and figuring out what they want to project for the end of the year. So, one of the things coming up as far as a home job for you is you may want to look into administrative jobs for different retail stores. So you may want to see if companies like Kohl's or Costco or Best Buy offer work at home jobs for administration things, because they're the ones that are going to be looking at their end of year sales. And because they're retail, they are, retailers, they gear everything up for November, December. Like that is when they make the most sales. So this is a good time to start looking for jobs with those corporations, and they can still have a lot of administrative things that you can do from home. So I might look into that. That would be my suggestion. That's what I'm feeling could be best for you. So I hope that helps. All right. Heidi saying, I am stuck in a situation that has been bad for my spirit for 3 years now. I've literally done everything I can to fix it. Will it be over soon? Okay. Um so this cycle is coming into a completion, and it is a cycle, and it feels like in after 3 months, there's going to be some type of window of opportunity that opens for you. Be sure that you grab onto that. One of the things that I'm sensing is that you have so many blocks around this. The thing I'm concerned about for you is that sometimes when we end up in a bad situation, we accidentally keep ourselves there, and people may try to give us an out, but we can't see it, because what we do end up seeing are all the challenges and all the blocks that are in the way from that. Does that make sense? It's almost as if somebody were to say to you, hey, there's this great job opening up at such and such a place. I think you'd be really good for that. And you're like, yeah, but I don't have a car. I don't have transportation. And they're like, well, I can give you a ride. Like, I don't want to be a burden to you. So see how we can sabotage ourselves somewhere. So the universe provides this thing, it even gives you a ride, but you're like, I feel like a burden, which is a way of saying I don't feel worthy of this. Like I can't accept that much help. That's too much. So in 3 months time, there's going to be an opportunity that arises. This is going to help you to get out. You need to be sure that you grab onto that with both hands and hang on, and be open to however the universe wants to deliver that out for you. I do feel like there's going to be some challenges there. I don't feel like it's going to be completely comfortable, but it's going to get you to the next place. And so from there, you're in another 3 month transition of getting to where you actually want to be. I want to say of getting healthier, and of getting to a different place. I'm also seeing that so in 6 month time from now, because in 3 months is when the opportunity arises for you to get out. 3 months after that is when things start to finally feel a little more settled and a little more stable for you. I actually see there being an opportunity for you to, I want to say, go into therapy or get some type of medical care, medical aid. But what's really coming through is emotional wellness, like you're able to start working through that. So just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Keep moving forward. You're going to get there. I know it's frustrating, but good things are on the horizon. But there's going to be more ickiness and challenges first. And I know nobody ever wants to hear that, but sometimes just knowing that there is something at the end of that, something good, can be helpful. Okay, so don't give up. So it's on the way. Shannon, thank you for the super sticker. Also, Sherry, thank you for the super sticker. I don't know if that's from earlier or if you gave new ones, but anyways, it is popping up. So thank you for that. Axel, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay, so let's see what else we've got going on. Crystal Hernandez. Hi, Nicole. I really need help. I have dreams and I see certain things and hear them, but I don't know how to interpret or believe them and what they mean. Can you help? That is an excellent question. So, when it comes to dreams, because really what you're asking about is dream interpretation, um, what you will want to do is keep a diary, keep a journal of your dreams. And so let's say that tonight you go to bed and you have this fantastic dream, or maybe it's horrifying. I don't know, but you have a dream. You're going to write it down. And what I really want you to do, though, is really focus on the parts that felt like they were meaningful and that really stood out to you, because those most likely are going to be the parts that hold the message. So, what you're going to do is you're going to write all that out, and then you're going to go back and you're going to look at you're going to look at the words that pop out to you and how you would, I want to say, attribute a meaning if that word was a symbol. So, for example, I keep seeing an elephant as I'm talking to you. So, we're going to go with that. So, let's say you have a dream and there's an elephant in that dream. Well, an elephant can represent luck, right? And we also know elephants move in herds. And they're not exactly fast, but if they have to hurry, they can. But for the most part, they kind of like to take their time moving through life. So if you have a dream where there's an elephant, you know that it represents luck to you, but also take your time, right? And it could even mean find your circle, go find your herd, or you're safe in your herd. Maybe at another point in your dream, you saw a pond and it was hard. And when you walked over to the pond, you didn't see your reflection. Well, ask yourself what that means to you. What does that mean? Well, if I were to walk up to a pond and there wasn't a reflection, that might tell me that there's something about myself that I'm refusing to see in that moment. There's something that I'm going through that maybe I'm not seeing myself in the best light, or maybe I'm not seeing how I'm contributing to that situation, whether it's positive or negative. Or maybe it's saying that I need to spend more time in self reflection because, I can't see my reflection in the pond. So just go through it and see what pops out to you and see what those symbols mean to you and really take your time. And if you don't know what a certain symbol means, just sit with it for a while. Or what really works well is being able to walk away from it for a little bit, come back, and then you'll be like, oh, it obviously means XYZ. If you really need some inspiration, you can turn to a dream diary. I don't put too much emphasis on those anymore, because I find that what you intuitively feel turns out to be, for most people, is most accurate. However, dream dream interpretation, dream diaries, can at least give you something to work with. They can inspire you. You might read something in a dream dictionary and be like, oh, yeah, 100%. That makes so much sense to me. So that's good because it means that you've tuned into the collective, and that answer was acceptable to you, was helpful for you. But every once in a while, you'll read something in a dream dictionary and be like, I don't know about that. But even if the interpretation is wrong and doesn't sit well, it might still stir up something, so you can get the appropriate meaning. So that would be my suggestion for you. That's how I interpret my own dreams. Like if I really feel like I need to dive into an interpretation, that's what I do. All right. So, Sarah Woods, when will something come through from the recruiters I've talked to? Um, I'm hearing within 2 months. I'm getting 6 weeks, 2 months, because there's something specific that you want. So, even if they come to you sooner than that, it feels like it's not going to be what you're looking for, not what you want. So, yeah, it's going to be, I'm picking up, it's going to be a few more weeks. So, hang in there. It'll come. All right. Joy. Hi, Joy. Oh, I just picked you on a lottery too. I just like completely scrolled and picked and didn't see it was you. So, hi, Joy. All right. I have a family member who I'm pretty close to coming to visit next week. Is there anything I should look out for? Sometimes I'm too open in the moment and regret it later. Joy, I actually think that that's a really good lesson in authenticity. And it can be really frustrating when we open up to someone and we feel like they're judging us or they've rejected us. And then we think, oh gosh, I shouldn't have shared that much of myself with that person. And that's really shameful when we feel that way. Well, it's not shameful, but we feel shame when we think that way because we're telling ourselves that we did something wrong when we opened up to that person. But the reality is that we're all meant for connection. We all want to connect on some level to the people that are important to us. And what they choose to accept and what they choose to judge negatively isn't a reflection on us, and it's not even really anything bad on their end. It just shows where their mind, where their energy, where their level of understanding is. Because we all interpret different situations and experiences in different ways. So if she has a negative opinion or judgment on something that you tell her, I feel that for this person, it simply means that she lacks a level of understanding to empathize with where you're coming from. She lacks a level of understanding to be able to really get why you think that way, why you made that choice, why you have that opinion. And the reality is that even when we don't agree with people, we still can have a better sense of who they are and where they stand. And that can actually make our relationship stronger. Because if we tell someone something about ourselves and they're maybe repulsed by it or upset over it, or they just don't like it, they disagree with it, but they choose to stay in our lives and they choose to love on us anyway, that is a beautiful testimony of their love for us and their loyalty and how much we mean to them and how much they mean to us. So, one of the things I would caution you to do is I think that we all have, I want to say, red flags in our system. We all have warning signs in our system. So when we are about to convey information to someone that maybe they will use against us or could use against us or is going to make them uncomfortable, I think we all have a sense of feeling that somewhere. So if you're about to share something and you get this feeling of, I should probably hold back on that, or, oh, that's not going to go the way I want, or you just get a sense that you shouldn't say it and there's no why behind it, you just know that you shouldn't, then don't say it. Save yourself from it. And that's a lesson I had to learn because there were friends in my past where I trusted them with certain information. And, they told me that, anyways, I just felt safe with these people and I trusted them. And even though I knew they weren't, I thought they weren't going to judge me for certain things that I opened up to about later on, they did use it against me. Later on, they did judge me for it. Later on, they did, hold things against me. And so just pay attention to what your heart is telling you is the right information to share. So I hope that helps. I have a feeling that this visit is going to go pretty good. I don't think that you're going to say much. I don't feel like you're going to regret anything that you said. I think that you're going to come away from this visit with that other person having stressed you out a little bit, actually, and maybe you feeling a little exhausted afterwards, and you thinking back on some of the things that she said, where you're just kind of like, oh, well, that was an interesting thing that she said, or I really have to think about that a little bit. So I feel like it's going to be reversed this time around. I don't think you're going to say anything that you regret. I think she's going to say some things that makes you just kind of makes you wonder a little bit. So there you go. All right. Alicia, Alicia, Alicia. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. Could you help me figure out some more details about sister of my deceased friend I am looking for? He is helping me find her, but he is earthbound spirit, so does not give me the full info. Could you help me figure out some more details about the sister of my deceased friend? Um, I'm not sure I really understand that. So what you're telling me is you have a friend on the other side who's earthbound and he's looking for his sister. That's not something that I feel I can help with. Excuse me as I readjust here on my bed. Yeah, missing people's that's not really something that I'm good at. That's not my forte. And then also, what makes this a little more difficult is because you're wanting to connect with an earthbound spirit. There isn't any, I want to say, validation that we can get from a physical person who's here. So if we were to say, hey, did the sister have, um, brown hair and dark light eyes, we don't have anyone right here in the physical realm that can confirm that to us. So that's going to make finding someone a little more difficult. And as I said before, like that's just not my missing persons isn't my forte. I've tried it before, and we all specialize in different things, and that's just not something that I seem to be good at. So I apologize for that. Let's see. What else do we have? Um, so Pixatic, can you give me some insight on which career path is right for me? I seem to constantly get into unfulfilling jobs and quitting after a short time. Hmm. I don't think that this is I don't think that the problem is about the career path. It feels more or less I feel like you already know what you want to do. I feel like you already know what type of career path you want to be on, but maybe there's something that's inside of you telling you that you can't do it. Maybe you need to go to school, but there are some blocks there. So what would be really good for you to do is to sit down and figure out what career path you really want to go on. And the other thing that I'm picking up on is I feel that you have had some, I want to say, trauma with, and I don't know if this is other family members. This feels like emotional trauma. What I'm actually feeling in your situation is that it's not really about the unfulfilling jobs, it's about some of the crappy people that you worked with. So, a lot of places, when you go to work for them, there will be difficult coworkers and sometimes difficult bosses. And if we don't know how to shield and ground and keep our distance from them, or if we happen to be on a team that is very vampiric, where we feel drained all the time, that can be an issue. So if we have highly toxic coworkers and toxic environment, that's a bummer. And I feel like that's more or less what's been happening with you. So again, I don't feel like it's a career path. I feel like you've been around some toxic people. And I also feel that you've maybe had some toxicity, and this might be your family life, because I am seeing a male figure, and I'm wondering if this is like a dad. or at least a dad figure, where maybe this person didn't treat you nicely. And as you have been working in, corporate America or wherever it is you go, I just see that you have a really hard time working with these more toxic individuals. I feel like they can say something to you and it just really triggers you and puts you in a bad state of mind like all day. So it's hard for you to focus on anything else. So my advice is to do what you can to get some help for that. You may want to look into, I mentioned EFT to someone earlier today. I don't, let me see, let me tune into this a little bit more. I'm trying to see what would be best for you. This just feels like inner work on yourself. So getting clear on what career path you want to go down and not allowing people to tell you that you can't do it. I feel like your career path is somehow also tied to your self-worth. So getting to a point where you make the decision on your own what your career path is going to be helpful. If I do that for you, I'm actually taking your power away, and I don't want to do that. I want you to feel more empowered. I want you to feel strong. I want you to feel confident. I want your self-esteem to go through the roof in the healthiest way. So I think it's really important for you to figure out what you want your career path to be. You can give yourself several different options and see which one feels best for you. See if any of them are worthy of maybe going back to school for, whatever it is, and just start diving into that. Take whatever training you can, take whatever classes you can if it's going to help you to get on that path. And I know that sometimes when we hear this type of a message, we feel a lot of resistance because it's like, well, I can't go back to school, or I can't take the training, or I need something that's going to help me now. Well, you can get something now. It's not hard to get something now that's just for now, while you're also making room and making space and paving the way for something that you actually want. So don't be afraid to work the jobs that you don't want, that don't fulfill your spirit, because those are temporary. You don't have to stick to them. Just tell yourself that this is a for now job as you're building up your resources and your energy and your own well-being and self-worth as you go for something else. And I also think that that's going to help you to have more faith in yourself and also help you to clear this past trauma, because I am feeling trauma around you. And I do feel like some of it is family, and I think it's spilling into your workplace. Um, and it's so frustrating when we end up in toxic work situations. A lot of us want to be able to, a lot of us want to be able to go to work and just do our work and have a good time there. But unfortunately, sometimes even there, things can repeat. Okay, let's get rid of this troll right here that's telling everyone to send them friend requests. When you come to my lives, if there's anyone in here saying, "Hey, PM me for a reading or send me a friend request," just for those are spammers. Those are scammers. They're going to try to take your money. They may lie to you and tell you that they're friends with me and they're not. So just don't fall for those scams. Okay. Christine says, "Hello, Nicole. Do you think I'll be able to finish my education? If so, when? Thank you. I would really appreciate your message." I do think that you'll be finishing your studies. I also see you taking a break. Um, let's see. Are you on a little bit of a break now or heading into one? Feels like there's a little transition there. Um, Looks like there's a break at the beginning of next year. I think you can finish it next year, actually. I feel like there's a good chance that you can finish your education, yeah, and the studies next year. So that's coming through pretty strong. And if it's not next year, it is definitely the year after. So I think that if you really apply yourself, I think that by summer of next year you can get a lot of it done, if not all of it. And I think you'll do it. I think it's going to be next year. I really do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take one more question. And let's see. Jasmine. How do I ensure success in my new business? Well, you have to decide what success means to you. That's the first step, because success is going to be different for everyone. So for you, success might be bringing in money while also having freedom of your own schedule, right? So first you have to narrow in what success looks like for you. Also write down what amount of money you need to get each month and each year, and really start telling yourself every single day, I am bringing in X. I am so happy and grateful, or I am so grateful, or I am so relieved. I am so content that my business is bringing in, and you state the number every single month. I am so grateful that the universe is bringing me the right clients, the right opportunities, the right resources, so that my business can be a success. And I am so grateful that I am bringing in X amount of money. So I would suggest that you write down on an index card, or even on a, regular piece of paper, what your goal is, what it is that you want to achieve out of this, um, and read it every single day, and do your best to put some emotion behind it. And for a few minutes every day, just visualize what your day is going to look like. Visualize the level of success that you want. Visualize how you want your day to go. Visualize all of it, and the universe will respond. And that is how you pray. That's one of the ways that we pray, is by creating a visual movie in our minds of the type of life that we want, and the universe will start to respond, and so those resources and everything will start to come to you. So I hope that answers your question. And I know it's a simple answer, but sometimes it's the simplest things that have the deepest profoundest impact. So start with that. um, Whenever I've been in a good space, and when I say a good space, I mean that I am in an environment that supports me. I am around people that support me, or I am at least not around people who are hindering me. When I'm in a safe space, when I am in a place that supports my endeavors and my being, this is the method that helps, where I write down my goals, I read them every day, I say my affirmations, and I keep in the forefront of my mind why this work is important. So for me, this work is important because I'm helping people to communicate with their lost loved ones. Like, that's amazing, right? Like, I get to talk to spirits. I get to work with tarot cards, and I love working with tarot cards. I get to help people to find guidance and answers in their own life. I get to inspire, I get to encourage. It's amazing. I love it. And for me, one of my driving forces is that I have a desire to see more people follow the calling of their hearts, as opposed to trying to fit into a box, especially a religious box that someone else set up for them. So know your why. Know why it is that you're doing what you're doing, and keep at it. So that's my advice for you. And you're gonna do well. And remember, it takes a while, right? It takes a while to build those businesses, so you have to keep at it. All right, my friends, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. If I didn't get to you, I apologize. Again, this is lottery style. It's always lottery style. So there's always so many comments that come through. And of course, I can only answer so many. So I will try to be here next Friday. I am working to make this a weekly thing. I can't commit to it 100% just yet, because I'm still in transition. Terry, that's very cute. Terry T, no, don't go. Well, I do have to go. I have to eat. I have to get on with other things that, help me to stay alive. But I will be back. I will be releasing a new video on Tuesday, and then also, I have some good news for you guys next week. And yeah, hopefully we will do this again on Friday. But if you would like to, of course, order a reading with me, if you'd like a private session with me, whether it's mediumship or psychic, you can visit my website at guidingechoes.com. and get it all set up there. So you're just going to go to guidingechoes.com. On the top right corner, if you are on your desktop or laptop, you're going to see a button that says work with me. Click on that. It'll take you to my online scheduler and my list of services. If you're on your phone, you're going to see, of course, the three bars. Hit that, click on work with me. It'll take you to that page. You can place your order there. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, be sure that you do that. And I hope you guys all have a safe, wonderful weekend. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.